everybody, and welcome back to Let's Megamek with Marlow Stingrays. Okay, I've done my research on the retirement rolls for one, but I've also been doing some of the initial repairs and salvaging, more salvaging than repairs actually, on the mechs we got, and also fixed up our grasshopper, just fixed up the armor damage it had. But this one, I'm probably going to completely tear this one apart. Just for all the parts, and I got a lot of stuff scheduled here. And the other wasp, I'm just going to take this arm. Yeah, I'm taking this arm off for the repairs on the locust, this other locust. And other than that, I'm probably going to take the ammo and the SRM2 off, and I'm just going to sell the rest of it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time taking every single thing off of this thing, because we do have some spare parts, all this other stuff, and it would be nice to get a little bit of extra money. Although being a wasp, a damaged wasp at that, it probably not going to be amount to much. But other than that, we're going to repair this one up, and it's really ready to go. This one wasn't damaged that bad. The problem is the engine and the gyro hit. That's why he ejected. So, speaking of ejection, it turns out the guy that ejected from this was our prisoner, and he decided that he is going to join us. Now, part of the end of the mission thing is we do get our defectors. So, Biff Tannen is going to be our new mech warrior. I was going to put him right back in that locust. So let's go ahead and I want to recruit him. And we also have this elite gunner here, which has been sitting waiting to be recruited. So we'll go ahead and recruit him. Now, as for naming conventions, recruit you. Okay, what I'm going to do is, for Mech Warriors, is going to be shows, movies, and again, if I inspired by something, fine. But also, all these naming conventions, if you guys want something specific, we'll do. I'm more and open to requests. So, but then for what we're going to do, well, doctors, you probably already know what I'm doing for their doctors, but for tanks and aerospace fighters, I'm going to use cartoon and anime characters, which I've not done yet. That's going to be a little bit more research, but that's what I'm going to do for them. So I still don't really know what I'm going to do for administrative people or techs. So if you guys kind of have an idea for that, I was thinking politicians, but that, I don't know. That can be divisive. I don't have a problem with politics, but some people do. And it isn't really, a bunch of debate and argument isn't really what this series is all about. So I'm probably not going to do that. But other than that, I mean, unless you guys really want me to, I will. Okay, other than that, let's go on to the retirement and defection rules. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm modifying this slightly. Okay, first off, if I'm removing the bonus part, the +1. Other than that, if you have to, what it is it's 2d6 roll for every person, and you modify it by various modifiers here. And if it's a 4 or below, they would normally retire. So what I'm going to do instead is, if it's 4 or below, I have to pay this amount out to keep them, or I can choose to just let them go. So if we have a regular guy, and I roll a 2, and he had like a modifier that needed a 2. Okay, so 2. So 2 would be, I would need a 5, so that's actually 3 under. I would have to pay, first of all, the 50,000, and then 50,000 for each number under. So if I rolled a 2, I would have to pay 200,000 to keep him. If I rolled a 4, I'd have to pay 100,000 to keep him. So it's 50 times the number of missed times 50 in parentheses. I know math. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's the way it is. Now the shares, we're not using, well, initially we were using shares, we're not going to use shares. If they do leave, they take whatever mech they have with them. If they don't have a mech, they automatically leave, which I get a chance to set them up with mechs beforehand, so that probably will never be an issue, but in case it ever is, there's that. Also, if I ever fail a roll with somebody that had a negative modifier down here, not up here, but down here, For loss of contract, they're over 50 years old, or they're a non-officer with a tactical genius trait, or for each permanent injury, I don't do the bonuses. They just want out. You know, like the last contract, they're just saying you can't bribe them. They're saying, hey, you know, you're losers, we're leaving. If they're over 50, they just want to retire. This guy, they think their skills could be better suited elsewhere. And, you know, permanent injury, you know, my arm's blown off. You know, I think I'm done. So, for those people, they'll leave, and they'll leave with whatever mech they had as their due. Now, with the losing of the mech, when people die during a campaign, I'm not messing with the, you know, paying junk out just because somebody, you know, died. It's annoying. But in this area, though, we will. So let's go ahead, and it's every person, or for platoons, it's only the one leader. So we have a lot of people to go through here, and I need to actually pull up our dice program. So dice, be kind. Dice, be kind. And I probably need to get my scribble pad back up too, because I'm going to need to keep track of failures. Other than that, it's a 2d6 roll for every person. And founders don't count. Yay. Also, people that we recruited for defection, they don't count either. At least for this first time. So, founder, he's a founder. Okay, this is our mech tech. Definitely want to keep him. So let's look at what modifiers we need. We are considered a C rating company. So regular and below gets various modifiers. He's a veteran, so he's going to get a -1 to this roll. Other than that, we didn't fail. He is an officer, so +1. And that's that. So it's offsetting. He's fine. We have now for all the various soldiers. Matter of fact, I'm going to actually change this a little bit here. We want. I don't want all of the soldiers. Let's do the mech warriors first. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Okay, good old Gunny here. He is regular, not an officer, so he's fine. Jeb's fine. Khan. Oops. He's fine. Tate is not a founder. He's fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Rapunzel. You're fine. Golando. Actually, I'm not checking there. These are all regulars, so. You want some money. I missed it by 1. Actually, I missed it by technically 2. So, regular mech warrior. We'll just keep track that way. Then we'll go back through and see what's what. Okay, Robert Newton. No, this is, Long John Silver. Now he has the permanent injury. Although this is one of the people we got for the defection roll. Matter of fact, she was too. So Thea, you're one that didn't. You're ultra green. So I'm assuming that means a -2. Ultra green would be here. F, so -2 or +2 to the roll. I don't think any of this other, so just as long as it rolls 2, yeah, you're fine. Garth is a recruit, Biff is a recruit, Cisco. You're what? Green, so +1 to the roll. You're fine. On to vehicle crews. Okay, you are a veteran, so you get a... Well, you're a veteran, but you're also an officer, so -1/+1. You're fine. Margaret. Now, there is an automation, but I don't know how the automation works, especially considering I'm using variants of the rules, so... I'm not going to turn those on. And I may, in the future, bypass this and just show you the results. Because this is, as I'm doing this, I'm knowing this is taking a long time, especially when we get to, well, soldiers are a special case, and there's a reason I'm not messing with him right yet. Okay, you're a veteran, you're not an officer, so 6 or more, okay. Sanchez, did I make you a founder? No. You're fine. You were recruited, you guys are all recruited, so I just need this guy. Who is a regular. You're fine. Okay, cool. Aerospace pilots. Was I gonna make all these guys officers? I don't think so. I don't know why he's an officer. I'll have to go back and look at my rules. They're all fine. They're all greens anyway. So yeah, they're definitely fine. And don't have any conventional pilots. Don't have any proto-mech pilots. There's no such thing as a proto-mech yet. Don't have any battle armor. I do have conventional emery. I'll come back to them. Medical staff. 4. You. Well, you're an officer. Of course, they're always going to be officers. Still, that's the rules. So you're actually fine because you would have got a +1 to the roll. Cool. Administrators. Regular, green, regular. They're all officers, so +1, +2, +1. They're fine. Dependents, I don't think we have any dependents yet. Even so, those wouldn't be subject to the defection rules. Techs. Shifu, we already got. You're a veteran. -1, but +1 because you're an officer. Okay, you're fine. Saito, you're the same way. -1, +1. Yeah, okay, so you're fine. Green. Not an officer, but you're green, so you're gonna get a +1 to the roll. You're fine. And we got 3 regulars. You're all fine. We got a veteran here. He will be at a -1. You're fine. You're just okay. Valentina Bree. Missed it by 2. And see, the regulars had a green one here. You're fine. 2 more regulars. Rizard something. -2. You're fine. You're fine. Regular mech tech. Rigger retro. He's fine. 2 green techs. Okay. Sung Kong missed by 1. just leaves you. And you missed by 1. Nemu. Alright, that leaves the soldiers. And the soldiers I'm going to do a little bit different because you only really care about the platoon itself. So you don't do it individually. Technically, these are all going to be led by officers, but infantry platoons get a +1 anyway, so we'll just leave it at that. And this is an elite one. So elite is going to be -2 but +1, so 5 doesn't cut it, I don't believe. It missed it by -1. I don't like how this is black, I can't read what it says. Hector. Why is it black there and not there? It's because of the background color. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so you get a +1 to your roll. You're fine. You'll have a -1 to your roll. You're fine. -1 to the next one, fine. Second Lieutenant Nemo, missed by 1. Okay, that takes us down to you. You're at a +1. You're fine. The veteran here will be equal. You're fine. Veteran equal, fine. Elite, you're not fine. You're the last two. Let me go and roll the other one real quick. Okay, neither of you are fine. So you guys missed it by 3 each. Okay. Hey, Guinea. -3. And Corbera. -3. Okay, so Lando is going to cost us -2, so 150k, or 100, yeah, 150k. Valentina, I think he does. He was a regular, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. Valentina, you are a regular tech, and we missed you by 2. So 60k. Rizard. Who is Rizard? Here he is. Oh, yeah, okay, you. You're also 60k. And Sao Kung. Oh, you were green. I missed you by 1. 20k. Now, for some reason, I was noticing when I was doing the repairs, she has a better mech tech than the others, the other green ones. 8. Normally it's 8, but for some reason for her it's 7. I don't know why. Anyway, Nemu also failed. You're a regular. Missed you by 1. So 40k. Now then, infantry. This has the potential to be kind of expensive. Hector, you're elite. I missed you by 1. 200k to keep you. And your entire platoon. Hector. Oh no, Nemo. We apparently have 2 Nemos. Nemo, you're elite. And I missed you by 1, 200k. And Hesenia and Corbera are both elite, I believe. Yeah, and they missed by 3, so they are both going to be 400k each to keep. Alright, altogether, that's what? $1.5 million to keep them all. Do I want to keep them all? Who are you? Why do you have techs signed? Who are these techs? Kevin Nemo. I don't know. Anyway. You are a jump platoon. Kind of want to keep a jump platoon around. You're a foot platoon with LRMs. That's kind of nice. I need to make better use of these. You know what? How much money do I have? I have 2.5. I'm going to go ahead and just pay the full amount. We'll keep everybody. Even though these are really expensive for infantry that I don't hardly use. But I'm wanting to use more of them. And I need to get those APCs. So we will pay. Darn money grubbers. It's not really any of these, but minus 1.5. 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright, and that's that. Everybody should be done with their defection and so forth. Let me... Well, as far as ranks are concerned, I really don't want to deal with these ranks. Aside from making people officers. I mean, it was a good. I thought it was a good idea at the time, but now I'm like, eh. A lot of busy work. Why are you a corporal? Because you're green, I guess. That doesn't make any sense. Everybody else is a sergeant. Oh, it's probably because you're new, I guess. I'd have to go look up my rules. But I'll do that next time. This is... depending on how interested you were in the defection rules, is probably an interesting or boring episode. But we will next episode. Let's see. We're going to I'm going to look up how to rent out a maintenance facility and actually get some good rolls, get some of our stuff repaired, and I'm also wanting to spend a little bit of time here on planet. And I'm not going to go to a hiring hall. We're going to stay here, and we're going to recruit up definitely some vehicle crews. I'm going to try to get a second doctor, and we'll deal with all that next time. I am going to do some repairs, probably on screen. That takes time, but we are kind of in the in-between times now. So this is the end of contract 1. Pretty much as soon as I push a couple more days, see, can I actually just end it now, complete it? Yeah, I guess I can just go ahead and complete the mission with a success. Yay! Did we get any money for that? No. We're under there. Enemy morale route. Integrated command. So we will be looking for another, probably at the beginning of December. I'll take a look, but I want to spend a little bit of time here doing the personnel stuff. But we'll do that next time. So until then, crash and burn.